I don't even think I need to be that close for real. Well, I don't need the headphones. I really brought the headphones just because I didn't want people to think I'm out here just tripping or crazy. Um, I don't even know how I would start something like this. It's gonna be a long video, but long story short, I kind of been wanting to do something different. I don't know where I'm trying to go. I ain't even introduced myself. Good God, Kevin. Um, I guess if I could say anything first, welcome to the channel. Uh, my name is Nivek, or you can call me Kevin, but I'm gonna probably go by Nivek. Don't know what I'm gonna name this channel. It's up in the air. I don't know if I'm gonna do Nivek's life, Nivek's journal, Kevin Ward. I have no idea, but I just been kind of wanting to do something like this for a while, where it's kind of like a journal, so to say, but it's like my personal journal. It's documented, and I think it's something that obviously most times when people do journals or diaries, they don't really like let people read that stuff because it's like private and stuff. So, but I've been very of a I'm a very like open and kind of I'm a very open and honest person, and it was just kind of something that I felt like that not only as I run through the thoughts and myself in my head, but also kind of help other people. Um, I am a married man. I what they call it. I am a digital coach at Walmart. I am a husband. Um, do content whenever I feel like it. I guess that's the type of that'd be the type of time I'm on with content. It really be like when I'm in like despair in the moment, I want to do it, but other than that, I really don't be doing it. Um, and the whole point of this channel, really, like I said, is to really just me be very honest, open, transparent about just like my relationship with Jesus Christ. I'm a Christian. Even though I don't really do the whole label thing, but I'm a follower of Jesus Christ. Christian, Baptist, however you want to read it, however you want to put it. At the end of the day, I believe Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior, and He died for me. Not only for me, He died for the whole entire world, but you know, that's a touchy subject for most people right now in this world. So, but He did die for everyone. He died for me. I came into a relationship with Jesus. I want to say probably like honestly like maybe 3 to 4 years ago. But a lot of it of the channel is basically about my relationship just with Him, kind of my life, what's been going on in my head, because I do think a lot of men suffer, um, just with like expectations that they put on themselves, pressure they put on themselves, and a lot of men just they don't talk to nobody, they don't really speak to nobody, they don't tell nobody how they're feeling. I did have a therapist at one point, and she really did help me a lot. And to be honest, it wasn't like there was like a point where in the therapy sessions, like it wasn't really like nothing she can really like do for me. It's just like, "Kevin, I don't think there's anything wrong with you. I think you just have a lot going on." And I think there was still something wrong, but it just wasn't. She couldn't fix it. And it's not to say nothing bad about her job, but I think there's it is a good thing to go seek help and get a therapist. I do think everybody should have some type of therapeutic, um, you know, like professional help mentally. But the other help really comes from two other places, and one is like honestly having an open relationship with God, and then like you actually doing the work on yourself. Um, oh, I thought a damn squirrel was pulling up on my. Also, I'm sorry if I cuss a little bit. I really am going to stop just for the sole purpose of I did tell my wife that I was going to try to stop cussing. Um, but this channel is basically I'm not really into the whole thing of making content short, long, post at 12 a.m. on a Tuesday night. Like, I I don't want to do none of that. I'm not that type of person. I don't have that in me to be wanting to post just videos like that. Like I just feel like that takes the it just takes the life out of it. Like why would I subject myself to a set of rules to how to like I don't I'm not chasing no algorithm. I'm not chasing no subscribers. I'm not chasing none of that. I just really want to put videos out on the internet and help people. Help people get closer to God. Help people realize that there's not you're not the only one dealing with certain stuff in life. Uh with that being said, sorry, I don't know if y'all can hear the noise or not, but um so yeah, I didn't want it to be like a thing where, people were, just feeling like they were alone. I feel like there's a lot of people that do stuff, and I just kind of want to share my story and help people. And it's just like it's just a different type of content. I do a lot of other content as well. I do a lot of like lifestyle content, like cleaning because I enjoy that, doing laundry. There's a whole lot of stuff that I be wanting to do, but I think I just went on a tangent. But 27 years old, just turned 27 in March. 27 years old, and I think the first episode would really just kind of be like my backstory, like not all the way up to where I am, but just kind of like what I was dealing with at the time. So uh, I had like a very, 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 I would say, nice childhood. My parents, they did the best that they could. They were very like sacrificial. I don't even know if that was the right word to be honest, but they sacrificed a lot for me. They sacrificed a lot for the other seven siblings that I had. But it wasn't like no emotional like connection. So that kind of just led me to I kind of just became very, very like introverted. Like I don't really be caring for people. Not saying I don't care for people, but like I don't care to be out in public with people. Uh, but I am a very like I get along with almost every single individual that I meet. Um, and I eventually have met this. I met my this is like my first like my second best friend. I would say this is like when I was like in still in high school or middle school and transitioning to high school. I met a person named Sean, and his name was Sean. I had a best friend named Sean. I don't really know if I should be saying these people's names, but I had a friend that I had met in middle school that introduced me to like video games. I never really was a video game person when I like lived on the east side of Detroit. So when I moved to the suburbs area, I started playing the game like really, really like I was like, oh my god, this is the game. You can play with people, and that's when like I kind of like really, really like kind of like lost, like not myself, but I really like it was like a cope almost. Like I seeked like validation through the game. And I played a game like Call of Duty. So Call of Duty is like a very rage-inducing game. It kind of opens you up to a lot of stuff. Like if you ever wonder why your kid is like cussing out of the blue, or he's like saying stuff that you just never thought that was in like his vocabulary language. Um, that is Call of Duty. Call of Duty like literally had a hold on my life for like the longest amount of time, and it was just disgusting. But it it was like my cope. It was my cope for like my mental health. It was my cope from like my social life. It was my cope where I didn't feel validated. I didn't feel adequate. I didn't feel smart in high school. I didn't feel cool in high school. I didn't feel like I belonged. I just didn't feel like I didn't feel like I could fit in with anybody. I was in I had like an IEP, I think it's called. So I was in a I was in a special educational program for majority of like my whole entire like education, from like elementary all the way to high school. Uh, and really, I think the main reason of it was that I went from the hood to the suburbs, and I just felt like the looking back on it, I think the hood education was just a lot further behind than the suburbs education. So that was that. And but it was a point where I was like very rejective of being in special like special education. Like I was like, I'm not retarded or anything like that. But I realized that it ain't even really about being like slow or retarded. And excuse my language if that's offensive to anybody, but it isn't even about like having that type of mindset around it. It's just mainly the fact that I didn't want help. Like I was like, I don't need help. And then it comes down to realize I realized that like, oh, like this program is actually like useful, like it's beneficial. Like there was an individual that I knew that was in the program and he wanted to get out of it so bad that it literally probably cost him like his mental health, where he's stressing about homework every single day. He's taking these advanced placement classes because he's trying to prove himself in a different type of way. And it's not to judge him or anything, but you could just see where he was like really, really struggling at. But further along, I'm playing the video game intensely, like crazy hard. And I just feeling like, man, I can't do anything. I'm trying the football team, and then the football team was just like a whole different type of like reason why I got into that, which I'll probably explain in a different video. But I was just playing the game a lot. Now, mind you, I'm still hanging out here and there, but like when I'm at home, I'm playing the game. I'm not really talking to like my mom. I'm not talking to my dad. I'm not really talking to like my cousins, my brothers, my sisters. Like I'm in the room playing the game. Like Christmas time, I'm in the room. Thanksgiving time, I'm in the room. Birthday time, I hang out a little bit, but then I'm back in the room. Like it was just like that little bedroom that I had in all phases of my life leading up out of high school. Like that was just my place of comfort. My mom tried to make me go to church a lot when I was around that time, and it just didn't feel authentic. Like I'm not gonna lie, like I reject going to church. Like it was to the point where I went and I would be in church from the morning to the afternoon, and I'd be like, why am I here? So I'm like listening to these people speaking in tongues. I'm looking at them like they goofy. That's the first service. We go to McDonald's. We always went to McDonald's, and then we'll go to the second service, and then I'm looking like, dude, like it is dark outside. Like what? I've been in church for like 10 hours. So my mom's sending me to church and everything. And it's crazy because like I'm like not involved. I'm not like I'm just here, a pastor trying to talk to me. Because the second church we went to was like a pretty well known church. But the first church, like I was just like, dude, I'm literally here because I don't want to get a whooping. I'm not like I fear my mom more than I fear trying to have a relationship with God. Like I was like, look, you ain't gonna go back home and deal with mama. You ain't gonna be back there to deal with mama. So I'm gonna go to church and I'm gonna just sit here. I'm not trying to be invested. I'm not trying to do all that praying and stuff like that. I ain't trying to do none of that. So leading out of high school, playing the video game, still playing the video game hard. Having an on and off relationship. She's my wife now, but it was my girlfriend. Really just on and off. And like I'm just like lost. I'm listening to like rap. Like that's a whole nother video, but I'm listening to rap. I'm listening to. I'm playing a video game. I'm listening to rap. I'm thinking like, man, I'm not cool. I ain't like no player type of like I wasn't no player type of guy. That I just personally didn't have in me. I wanted that, but it just wasn't in me. Like I just did not have that. Like I'm trying to talk to girls and get a bunch of girls' phone numbers. Like that was something that I wanted back then. Married now, past all that. I am so mature than where I was at now. But that was just the stuff and thoughts in my mind. Like man, like yeah, I want to be able to talk to all these girls. Da da da. And all that. I just wanted all those things. I'm listening to music, all this stuff, and I was just like, dude, at the end of the day, like I still felt like I didn't have no value. I just felt like I didn't know what to do in life. I was lost. Um, and it just kind of led, like it followed me all the way up until probably when I started working at Walmart like 3 years ago. But I was just going through a lot of just like trying to find myself, trying to figure out who I am. And mind you, as I'm going through all this stuff, like I'm not like I'm out of high school, now I'm working at jobs, and I'm not trying to hear like I'm not reading my Bible. I'm not praying to God. I don't even think I ever even gave myself to God. Like I didn't get saved around that time. I probably got saved and baptized when I was going through my brother with my brother, but like my heart wasn't even in it when I was a kid. I think a lot of people get saved and baptized as a kid, but like it comes down to, and it's good to have like mothers and fathers, or you grow up in a home that is about that, because there's nothing wrong with that. But I feel like the kid, like me as a kid, like my heart was not in that at all. Like I was not in that, and I'm just going through this, and so now I'm like having moments in my life where I moved to Ohio because I tried school in after high school I tried going to college, and it just didn't work out for me. Like it wasn't that I was like struggling. I made the dean's list at the college. It was a community college I went to. I made the dean list there, and then like the second semester I dropped out because I was just like I just lost like motivation to go. Then I'm working, still working. I worked at a couple jobs. I worked at like Home Depot. I worked at Home Depot. I worked at Kroger. Kroger's my first job. It, I hated that job. I know hate's a strong word, but I hated that job. That union stuff is dead. Worked at Kroger, worked at Home Depot. Home Depot was kind of lit. I ain't gonna lie, for the first, like my second job, but Home Depot was lit. Um, Worked at FedEx for a little bit. Quit that job in like 2 weeks. Worked at this water bottle plant called Absapure. Dog, when I tell you that, like I was already like mentally like just messed up. It just like I was just like that place literally broke me to the point where like I ran to my brother, and I asked my brother. I was like, hey man, is there any way I could come move where you at, just to chill with you and everything like that? Like, is there any way I could just come move out there with you? And he was like, yeah, he's like, give me a second. Let me talk to I don't know if it was his wife or his fiance at the time or girlfriend. I don't remember. But he was like, yeah, let me talk to her, see, we'll figure out something and everything like that. So it was like, boom, okay. I quit that job that day. Literally, I was watching this like certain part of the machine, and water just kept splashing me in my face. And I'm looking like, dog, I'm supposed to be this production technician, and then I'm thinking like, I don't know nothing about no production line. I ain't no type of technician. In reality, all it is just you're sitting there and you're watching the machine, and if it messes up, you try to fix it, and if you can't fix it, you go to the supervisor. So I'm doing that, and I'm just like, yeah, dog, this ain't it. So I had quit that job because I got tired. Like when I tell you I'm getting splashed in the face, like, oh, ow, ow. Now, and it's the winter time, so it was one point like I'm getting like, dude, I'm in there for 12 hours a day, and I'm just getting splashed with water. I'm like, oh hell no! I was like, I can't. I was like, I'm sorry, I can't keep doing it. I got sick one time, cut that off. And I'm driving home after I talked to my brother, and he said he'll figure it out. I'm just bawling my eyes out, man. I'm like crying. I'm lost, mind you. As I'm doing all this, uh, high school, I tried to do YouTube. I tried YouTube quite a bit, honestly. I started a YouTube channel. It was called like the Kevy Kev Show. If you knew me in high school, I was doing like the Bean Boozle challenge, I think it was. I was doing storytelling times, and I was doing all types of crazy stuff. Like I was really just kind of trying it out. I was just like, I ain't letting nothing stop me. Like one day I had got dressed as an old man, took my mom's Cadillac, drove to Target. I'm in Target, like literally just acting like a crazy unc, grandpa, all that stuff. And then I did that. I did like different types of skits. And I'm doing all this stuff, and I'm like not seeing. I'm be truthful here. I wasn't seeing the results fast enough, so I was just like, I gotta find something else. There gotta be something else. Like there gotta be something else. So I'm losing motivation because I'm not seeing the numbers. I'm not seeing the stuff that I want to see. I'm not being consistent. I didn't build up like no type of stamina of motivation, no stamina of like having purpose. Like I was still like lost. Like the stuff that I was trying wasn't working. Still lost. So I was having like these spurts of like motivation and like purpose and all that other stuff, so called purpose. And I was just like, man, this ain't doing it. Like I'm not getting to where I want to be. My brother at the time, my brother is like he was in the NFL at the time. My brother's still in the NFL, but my brother was in the NFL at the time. This is the one that took me to Ohio, and I had saw these glimpses of like my brother, like who made it to the NFL, and I'm seeing this lifestyle that he has, and I'm like, man, like I said, I see my brother, and my brother worked so hard to get to where he's at, and it's kind of loud. But my brother worked like really, really hard to get where he was at. So I was like, man, like I need to get like I've seen it. You just gotta work hard, and that's what I want. Like I want to get to a point where I ain't gotta worry about bills. I've been seeing my family just worry about bills for their whole life. I want to be able to go out of the country. I want to be able to buy clothes. I want to be able to spend money and not have to worry about nothing. I want to be able to, buy the things that I like, not be confined and like work a 9 to 5. Like it was just all these things, and honestly, like it was beautiful, and it was a motivating thing to see my brother get to that point in his life. And it really showed me, like, man, like if you could work hard, like I'm not going to go play in no NFL, but there's a lot of people that ain't playing in the NFL making more money than him, and there's probably a lot of people that ain't in the NFL making more money than the people that's in the NFL that has the things that I was listening to. So I was like, I gotta figure out something. And I'm trying to YouTube, but it ain't working. It's moving slow. Let that go. I'm doing the content stuff. I'm on Instagram. I'm doing YouTube. I'm doing skits. All that stuff. This stuff ain't working. I think I did have one video. I'd like completely deleted the channel, and which sucks. I wish I would have kept everything that I was recording and doing. But there was just one channel that I had posted. Like I posted like this like skit where I was like teaching 21 Savage, and it like blew up kind of sort of. I guess it was like my first ever like YouTube video that like blew up. It was like it hit like 20, I want to say 15 to 20,000 views or something like that. And I was just like, good God. But yeah, so I'm at that point in my life where, I moved to Ohio. I tried school again. I'm like, all right, bet I'm gonna go to school. If I'm gonna do anything, I'm gonna go into gaming. Since I've been playing the game so much, I'm gonna go into game design, and I'm gonna try to make this. I'm gonna try to make this stuff make sense. And I go there. I'm doing well. I'm like locked in. I'm doing it. I'm going to the gym. I'm doing that. I'm still playing the game, but I'm doing good. I'm hitting the Dean's List. I hit the Dean's List the first year I was there. Dean's List. GPA was like a 3.5 or 4.0, killing it. I started streaming. Warzone comes out. I'm streaming Warzone like crazy. I'm on Twitch doing like 13, 20-hour streams like a day. Like I'm not going to class. I'm playing the game. And then like the thing is, and I'm so grateful for my brother. My brother was taking care of me, like he was taking care of the rent. I had a car. I didn't have to worry about nothing, except like a little utility bills here and there. But like I literally stopped going. Like I was working. Like I don't know how I didn't get fired from my job where I was working at, because I was literally showing up like twice a week. I would literally pull up to the parking lot, and then I would sit in the parking lot, and then I'd be like, I would literally drive back home, get on the game, and stream. And I was streaming so hard and everything like that. And I was doing the TikToks, I was doing the YouTube, I was doing everything. And again, I hit a wall where I was just like, and honestly, maybe if I just kept going, I probably would have actually got to where I want. But I think God just knew the person that I was at the time, and He knew that I was going to give up. He knew that I was going to just stop. That I stopped, and then it just wasn't going, and all that other stuff. So I'm like, dang, now I'm feeling a little depressed. I'm not where my family at. My brother, he ended up leaving where I was at. Um, some stuff had happened, and then eventually I was just like, man, I need to go back home. Like I'm just not mentally. I just wasn't there. I was just like, my brother ain't here. Usually I see my brother. I spend time with my brother. My brother ain't there. And I just said, what's the point of me being in this state now? Because I was like, I already basically dropped out of school. I didn't tell my brother everything like that. So I told my brother, like, hey, I'm moving back home, all that other stuff. And he was real honest with me at the time. He was just like, okay, like if you go back home, like I'm not gonna be trying to help you. Like at this point, you got to figure out life for yourself. And I told him, I said, okay, I could do that. I'll deal with that. So I moved back home, all that other stuff, and I'm like back on Twitch. I'm streaming and all this other stuff. I'm working. I get back, I move back home. This time, me and my girl, we end up getting an apartment. Now I gotta go find a job. I go work with my cousin because my uncle got a construction company, so I'm doing that. And I'm like, first off, I started doing it, and mind you, like God had made me so like just I don't know, I want to say like different, but like everything I did, I excelled at it. Like work, I excelled at it. Like even playing the game, even though I wasn't getting like no monetary value from streaming on Twitch or anything like that, but like my level of skill on the game, like I was good at it. Every job that I worked at, I was good at it. Like everything I did, I was good. Like I did good at my job, and I thank God for that because I knew it wasn't me. Like I'm still in my mind. Like I'm a special education type of dude. I ain't really. My highest level of education is like a year and a half of like college. Like I'm in my mind, I'm thinking like it ain't me. Like, and I'm like talking to these people. I'm making people laugh. I'm doing all the things. I'm playing the game. I got a community on the game. My boys, we playing the game. All that, and I'm still like lost. I'm getting a little emotional, but I was still lost, and I was just like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Move back with my girl. I'm working with my cousin. And like during the summertime, construction's usually at its peak. But wintertime, like if you ain't got like certain jobs that require you to be in the building a lot, you ain't gonna really make it that much in work. So I like, all right, I was, and mind you, I still don't really have a relationship. I think about time I grew ready and leave my uncle's job because I just couldn't. Like I ain't. It was already bad enough. It was already bad enough. Like I was already bad with like money management skills and stuff like that. So I just didn't want to put too much more burden on my wife than what she was already carrying. So I was like, I gotta go find me a stable job. And so I go find me a stable job. I do all that stuff, and I'm just like, man, you know what? I gotta really go find me like a stable job. I go find me a stable job. So then I end up working at this place called Walmart. I go to Walmart. I'm working at Walmart, and so before I did leave, I did make the. I'm pretty sure I made the decision to give my life to God before I left my uncle's construction company. So now I kind of have a little. I'm like new into my faith. I'm a child. Like again, like I'm like 20 something, but I'm a child again. And so I'm still trying to figure out my life. I'm still playing the game. I'm still streaming on Twitch. And I'm like still trying to figure things out and all that other stuff. And so I'm working at Walmart, and I did Walmart overnight for like a year and a half, but I'm still like suffering like mentally. I'm showing up at night, and I worked in the frozen department at Walmart, and I'm working in this part of the department, and I'm like personally, I'm just like still suffering mentally. Like my mind is still feeling lost, feeling inadequate, feeling like I like what is the point of here me being on earth? It was moments and times where I really just kind of like wish like I went to sleep and I just didn't have to wake up again because I was just so lost. Like I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it no more. And it wasn't like no suicidal stuff. It was just like because I'm not brave enough to do that to myself. So I was just like, man, I just wish I could go to sleep and just not wake up again. Like I go to sleep, not be here again. Like I just wish I could go to sleep and just stay asleep. That was just my mindset throughout the whole time. So then it wasn't like I'm at Walmart and I'm having these thoughts. I'm stocking in the same 3 frozen aisles every night, and eventually I transferred out of Walmart. So then, through my Walmart career where I was working, honestly, I'm not even gonna really talk too much about Walmart. I just say that for a different video. But so yeah, I'm still going through all the things, and then eventually, as I'm at Walmart, I start progressing my way up through, the company. I go to the daytime side of stuff because it was just a little strain on my marriage at the time, and now like I go to the daytime, and then now I'm like actually like gave my life to God. I got baptized, and like now I'm like I'm seeking Him. Like I'm really trying to find God. I'm trying to hear Him. And it was to the point I'm praying like, Lord, I need you to talk to me. Like I was so lost in my like journey with like I got saved and everything. I gave my life to God and everything. And then like my mind, like I'm like We were doing like I was at on like online church, like Transformation Church. I'm not I don't watch them no more, but that's where I started off in the beginning of my faith. And I'm like trying to hear the Lord, like dog. I'm trying to hear him. I'm trying to listen to him. Like I'm trying to hear him. Like I'm talking to the camera. Like I'm trying to hear him. Like yo, kid. Like tomorrow, wake up at 5 a.m., read the Bible, and then after that, like I'm trying to hear him. Like I need to know what's next. I need to know my purpose. Uh, I need to hear you. I need to hear you. Why I ain't hearing you? And then I'm getting frustrated because I'm like, I'm not hearing him. I ain't hearing him. Is he listening? I'm not hearing him. I'm feeling some type of way. I'm not hearing him. All that. And then there was like one day, I ain't gonna lie, and this might be TMI. One day I'm in the shower, butt booty naked, washing up. And when I tell you I never felt nothing like this in my life, I was listening to worship music because I used to thank God for my wife. Like the reason I got to the relationship I am now with God and Jesus was because of my wife. Like my wife, I would hear my wife be when we first lived in our first apartment. I hear my wife just crying, worshiping, listening to worship music and praying, crying in the kitchen, doing like she crying, she worshiping, she reading her Bible, she highlighting, she got a notebook, she got a pen. And I'm just looking like, what the fuck is that? I'm like, what was she doing? Like, why is she doing all this? What's she crying for? What's she going through? And she might have been going through her own thing, but I'm just looking like maybe I should like, okay, I'm looking like maybe I should go in here and see what that's about. So then I'm like, all right, let me go see what that's about. And I said, let me go see what that's about. I'm trying to figure out like why she, what she got. And I was in the shower, mind you, I'm seeking God, everything, all this other stuff. I'm in the shower, buddy boo naked, and I'm listening to worship music. I'm crying, and I just felt just like just like this feeling. I'm pretty sure it was the Holy Spirit, but I just felt this presence that was just like on my body, and I couldn't do nothing but literally like as I was standing there washing, I'm crying. Oh, I love you, Lord. I'm crying. Oh, I love you, Lord. And I just started weeping, like I couldn't stop. And then it got to the point where it was so heavy, like I turned the shower off and I was just sitting in the tub and I'm just crying, crying. And I'm thinking like, all right, at some point, like in my mind, like I'm trying not to like fight it, because like I'm already here. I'm in that 1 bedroom apartment by myself, so I'm like, all right, I'm gonna rock this out. But I'm like, how many tears I got? So then I'm still crying, and I'm crying. I get out the shower, I'm crying. I get dressed, I'm crying. And I'm crying. I cried for like an hour and a half, 2 hours straight. And I was just like, I needed that. Like it was just like I felt so lost, and I felt like I was never noticed, and I felt like even though like me crying didn't equal to me having a purpose, but I just didn't feel valued. Like here on earth, I didn't feel valued. I didn't feel like I had no purpose. I didn't feel seen. I didn't feel like any of that. And like that moment, like I just felt the presence of God, and I knew like He didn't have to speak to me, but feeling Him, like just as you're like walking down the street with a girl you holding her hand, or you're hugging your mom, or you're dapping up your boys, or you're spending time with your dad. Like it just felt like, oh man, it just felt seen. Like I felt seen by God. That's how I felt. Like from high school or middle school to that point, it was It was like God was like, I can't even get past it. Woo! It felt like God was like, Kevin, I got you. It was like, Kevin, I see you. It was like, Kevin, I'm watching you. And that's when life didn't necessarily get better, but life started to move at a really good. I was starting to like really understand life and understand, like, I was still immature. I was still, going through a lot of things, and I was still, having like depressions here and there and all that other stuff. But it was at that moment I knew, like, if nobody else in the world saw me, I knew that God saw me. And I wasn't perfect or anything like that. I wasn't like no saint. I was still choking my chicken, watching corn, still like lusting, looking at women, looking at things I don't need to be looking at, still lusting after materialistic stuff. But it was like at that moment, I knew that, like, if if nobody in the world see me, that God was still watching me. He was still, he had to, let his presence be known on me. That, like, Kevin, you think I'm far, you think you can't understand me, you think you can't hear me, you feel like a failure, but I got you. And so now I'm going through life, and I'm like, okay, now I'm having this relationship with God, and it's not consistent. I'm still, I'm reading my Bible hard one point in time, and then I'm not. I'm listening to sermons and stuff like that, taking notes down, sticking them, and then I'm not. I'm trying to Twitch stuff. It's not working, and I'm still like, man, I'm just like, dude, what is it? Like, I just can't figure this out. And but as I'm going through all this stuff, though, I get to the point now where I'm still at Walmart. I'm a digital coach now and everything like that. But I get to the point now in life where I still don't really like know my purpose, and I'm not really at the point. I'm not in like my I'm okay. Like, if I was to leave the earth and I didn't have a purpose, like people be like church be making that stuff seem so big and so like 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 you gotta have like a purpose. And I mean, thank God for this pastor I watch on YouTube. His name is I think his name is Pastor Anthony Mitchell. He's like, I think he's the lead pastor for 2819 Church. And it was a sermon that I watched, and he said, people in church love being infatuated with the idea of having a purpose, or having all this, or God did this, or God told me to do this, all this other stuff. But it was just like, like, when was the last time? How about your purpose just be you seek the Lord, you read your Bible, you pray, you wake up, not seeking another purpose. You read your Bible, you pray, you seek the Lord. Not you praying to God for like material stuff or anything like that. You seek the Lord, you read your Bible, you pray. And like I got to that point where I was just like, all right, but I was like, bet I'm not, if God give me a purpose, great, but at this point, if I was to lead the earth, I'm not tripping off no purpose. I ain't tripping off no feeling like, man, like, because I was really thinking like, okay, if I'm not valued in the world and I don't feel all this other stuff going on and I don't feel seen, all this other stuff, all right, people at church, they be talking about, you got to hear, you get a purpose from the Lord, you get purpose, what's your purpose, all this other stuff. And I was like, okay, well, I'm trying to figure out my purpose. I don't know what the hell my purpose is. I'm like, what we talking about? So, and then I'm looking at God like, I'm praying to God. I'm praying to God, and I'm looking to God like, where my purpose at? I don't know what my purpose is. I'm like, what purpose is it? So, and then after I saw that, that man literally broke that idea out of my head, that thought, that thing that I was chasing. He broke that out of my head, because it was like, you having a relationship with God ain't about finding your purpose. Your relationship with God is to seek the Lord with all your heart. Simply seek the Lord all your heart. Follow Jesus. Model your life after Jesus. Tell people about Jesus. Outside of that, it ain't about no purpose. It ain't about no mission. It ain't about no dreams. It ain't. That's where it just starts off at. So that's where I was at. And as I'm doing that and everything, that's where it leads me to now. I guess I can fast forward to now. So now I'm married. I've been married for like 2 years, going on strong. We gonna get to that third year. Married the best friend of my life, my ride or die. Um, and like life has been, still a roller coaster. Like I'm still trying to not necessarily find myself, but it's like I used to be such an extremist. I used to just whenever I had a thought in my head, I'd do it. Don't care how I got to get there. I'll just do it. And I kind of lost a little bit of that, and now it's to the point where I'm like now I'm getting back in that mode where I'm about to start trying stuff again. So I don't know if this helped anybody. Like I said, like this video, like I'm not here to be editing crazy. Like I would probably make a whole different channel for like lifestyle and stuff like this. But this is literally just sole purpose is for me to just make videos of a journal to really dot stuff. Like this really helped me myself just reflecting of where I just how far I done came and where I'm at now. And even though where I'm at now is nowhere where I really want to be, but I'm not here to be trying to take gargantuan steps to get there. I'm really am just trying to be the best version of myself and be the best version of who God created me to be. So I just kind of say that to say this, like you don't gotta have it all figured out. Like who told you that? You don't gotta have it all figured out. You ain't gotta have the nice car, the nice house, money in the bank. You ain't gotta have it figured out. You don't have to have it figured out how you gonna get to there already. Life is life is short. Like if anything, before I if even if I don't get to anywhere I want to get to, even if I don't get to what I want to get, I know my faith is secure to Jesus, and I know at the end of the day, like this place that I'm on, this dirt that we're on, that God created us from, like I know at the end of the day, this and excuse my language, but this shit is here today and gone tomorrow. Like, and that's just how life is. Like no man knows the day, knows the hour, where God gonna hit your snooze button on your life and he gonna send you up to the other side, and as if you saved. So that's when I kind of came to the realization, like it's okay. Like you ain't gotta have it all figured out. You ain't gotta be where you want to be social economically, like social status wise, and your career at home, like all that other stuff. Like stuff takes time, and I think we live in a world where we want everything now, and it's my money, and I need it now, and I'm gonna put my career in the microwave. I'm gonna start the YouTube channel, put it in the microwave. It's gonna be done in 10 minutes. Boom. I'm gonna put the business in the microwave, press 10 minutes button. It's gonna be done, and boom. I'm gonna be a good leader. I'm gonna put the leadership skill that God gave me that I ain't trying to mature and grow and learn and read books and learn how to develop to be a good leader. I'm gonna put that in the microwave. I'm gonna click 30 seconds because I can't wait 10 minutes. I'm gonna put that in the microwave, hit start, and boom. So it was just kind of like, is that a duck? I thought it was a duck by me. I was about to go crazy, but like that's you ain't got to have it all figured out now. The people that got the stuff that you want, got the cars, got the money, got the ability to go here, there, wherever, where. Like most of the time, and I'm not just saying this just to say this because you kind of feel like everybody be saying that, but people that got it, like Jesus talks about people that there was a guy that was rich or wealthy people. Like wealthy people have a harder time getting into the kingdom of God because they feel like they got it, they're secure. What do I need God for? They got it, they feel secure. I can take care of myself. I got it, it's secure. I can take care of my family. I got it, it's secure. I ain't got to worry about nothing. But what they don't got is they got it, they're secure, but their family's suffering. They got it, they're secure, their minds is in turmoil. Like they got it, they're secure, but the amount of money they got ain't gonna save their partner. Like they got it, they're secure. The amount of money ain't gonna take care of their kids. Like they got it, but they're secure, but it ain't gonna help. And last time I checked, the only person that can help you raise your kids and help your partner if you got all the money in the world, but you still sometimes, it might not just be in the cards for them and it's just time from God calling them to go, go to the better place. But sometimes you got it and they're sick. Sometimes money ain't gonna fix it. You're gonna need a miracle. And that's not to say that God's gonna always give it to you, because that's just not he ain't like that. It ain't God, I need you to take care of my mom today. It don't work like that. But he could do that. And like you come to realize, like a lot of people that got this stuff, like they don't. The one thing they got all the beautiful things, but they don't got God. And I think that's what sets us apart from a lot of people on this earth. And the people that do got it and got God, amazing. They're taking care of the kingdom, amazing. They're gonna have holy dividends in the next life because of the way they moving and storing in their money and taking care of people and got a relationship with Jesus on top of that. Those are the people that are, I look up to now, and I'm trying to get to now. So, but I say that to say you ain't got to have it all figured out. The world be putting so much rules and limitations on people, and be having people really out their mind on this planet. It be crazy to me sometimes. And I be subject to that too. I ain't saying that perfect. I be still wanting wants. I be still having wants and desires and all that type of stuff. But sometimes I gotta sit back. I gotta read my Bible. I gotta pray, and I gotta like, God, I need you to take this stuff that I be feeling, like when I be seeing stuff and I be lusting after it in my eyes, and when I be wanting stuff so deeply that it be it be it be messing up my vision. It be messing up my relationship with God. It be messing up my relationship with my wife. Like, you got to take that out of me, because that at that point I don't want it. So I don't know how long this video is going to be. Like I said, I'm not here to like make videos for YouTube and the algorithm. I'm not trying to do none of that. If it's for you, it's for you. If it ain't, it ain't. Like, comment, subscribe. You feel me? Like I ain't really with all that other stuff, man. I'm just a man that's just trying to make it in this world and trying to do crazy things, and I need to hurry up because I don't know how long I've been talking, and I know I've probably been yapping for a minute. But uh, like I said, yeah, like, comment, subscribe, man. If this enjoyed you, let me know how this enjoyed you, man. If you're a follower, man, what's up? You know what I'm saying? If you're a follower of Jesus, what's up? If even if you don't like Jesus, what's up? I ain't got no bad blood against nobody. And I let you know right now, I'm not debating nobody about Jesus. I'm not debating nobody why. I ain't doing none of that. If there's anything you do, just pick up the Bible and read the Bible. Call it a day. But I see y'all in the next video. Man, I don't know how long I was recording for. 48 minutes,